Yeah, so they told me like if I feel any metallic thing, my mouth, I let them know. And I did feel it, but I didn't let them know. Which in my head I thought, God can't let me die. Like, we've gone through a lot. And then the monitors just started going, and the lady's like, is there, like, how are you feeling? And I was like, I feel like someone is stepping on my chest. And everyone was just like going crazy, and like I was being injected, like I think I was reacting to something. So it also took time.
This was during this year.
This was during this years, yeah, when Shosha was waiting for me downstairs.
And the baby?
The baby was inside of me.
So this is when they were just beginning the procedure. So you reacted to
No, I was already, the baby was not removed, but I was still reacting. But I was like,
to what? Anesthesia?
Yeah, I think yeah.
And the baby was still in the stomach.
Yep.
Gosh. And you're awake and you're feeling...
awake, and I feel like someone is... I did feel the metallic thing, but I was like, nah. I don't know what that is called. Like, you do know you can die, but you are holding on to, God can't do that to me, you know?
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was actually very, very scary. And I took so much time inside of there, them trying to also like stabilize everything.
Well, yes, Miss Taria, you were almost dying.
Namjue munishone vizuri.
That was my So doctor's like, we need to save your life, and the baby like, but remember the stitching has to be perfect this time.
Stitching, please. Yeah. So yeah, but they did a fantastic job. Yeah.
So you almost died on the table. Look at you being so calm about it. That is crazy.
I know.
Hi, Ivy here again with another episode of Mama Zone. And today, I have the honor of introducing a new guest. She goes by many names. Candle Lady, Mama Dua, Mama Jomo, Flavian, Taria, Talent Manager, Wife Extraordinary, Woman, or Wife Extraordinaire, Friend to the friendless, Mother to the motherless. Let me introduce the one and only, a very, very good friend of mine, Miss Flavian Taria. Karibu Mama Zone.
Thank you.
Mambo.
Why? I'm panicking, but it's such a pleasure to be here, and to just talk about everything mommy related. And I'm so proud of you for finally starting and doing it. Yes.
So, full disclosure on conflict of interest, she's also my manager and also one of my best friends. Yes. So, you can only imagine the show we have in store for you today. Good luck. I hope you have your tea ready, your coffee ready, or if you're into some other stronger stuff, this is the time to pull it out. It's going to be a roller coaster to hear this young ladies. Are you a Gen Z, Kwanza?
I'm turning 30.
Sasa Gen Z,
No, I can't say my age now because it's going to be in December. I am a zillennial in between, 95. So it's like you're a Gen Z plus a millennial. So
okay, just add more mystery to the show as we go on. So maybe we can start off by getting to know a little bit about you. Who is Taria? What does Taria do? And then you can kick us off into your motherhood journey, where it started, where it is now, how it's been, and how it's shaped you to the woman I know you've become.
So my name is Taria, or Mama Dua. I am a mom of 2, and I'm also a businesswoman. So I run a manufacturing business that focuses on manufacturing and creating scented candles that are inspired by the African culture. And then I also run a talent management agency where I manage influencers, celebrities, podcasts, Ivy, and so many other people and brands. My motherhood journey.
Ngoja. What are the names of your companies? Hebu tulie
Mine,
kidogo.
oh yeah, so I do have one. It's called Mjini Home.
Yes,
And the
I'm sure you've
second
heard of
one-
that, guys. Best candle in the market. So this is Olive's candle. Olive is my daughter, and Taria made this scent specifically for me when I was giving birth. Actually, not for me, for Olive. So this candle was with me during my 18 hours of labor, and look at how good it burned. It's still so much left. I haven't been able to put it on again because it's so special to me. The scent just reminds me of the fact that I was never alone in the labor room. So this is what we mean by mjine home.
Oh, thank you.
Yes. It's thank you so much for this. I really treasure it. I'm gonna put it right here. Matuweke tu hapa ndio watu waone branding.
Branding. Yeah, so and then the other company is called, so there's Mjini Home and then there's Bugo Collective. Yeah, so that's generally what I do apart from running around with my children. My motherhood journey was an oopsie. First of all, I was dating my then boyfriend, now husband, for how long? 5 years. And then I got pregnant when I was in my third year of school.
How old are you?
I was 22.
Wow, that's early.
I was 22 and I found out it was the first day of school. It was a January, and I went to the 6th floor. You know, that's like where we have like the executive. I went to school at Daystar. When I found out I was pregnant, I was in my third year and I was at the Nairobi campus. So I went, of course, I bought a pregnancy test because I knew, why would I not have my periods, you know?
But of course,
might be pregnant, and they were very regular. So bought the kit, 2 kits, went to the 6th floor, did a test. Of course, I called the dad. He was very happy, very excited. He sent me money.
good man.
He sent me money. I was like, I'm so excited. Go buy fruits. Because I feel like
Yes.
that's the only thing we knew. Like when you become a parent, like you need lazima ukule matunda so that the baby can come out healthy. Yeah, and then I went home. First of all, I called. This was a friend, 2 friends of mine. They came to the 6th floor, told them, and then I went home. And then I texted my friends, or like my guy friends from school. They were in Athi River, and I was like, oh my God, I need to come and tell you something. So I took a bus from Nairobi campus all the way to Athi River. And then I went and told them. They're like, oh, it's a good thing for you to go and tell your sister and, you know, da-da-da. So I called my sister and I was like, let's meet at Kilimanjaro, the one at in town. And I was like, let's have a date. Actually, I've never called her for a date. So she was telling me like now later, like she actually knew what I was going to tell her, that, you know, I was pregnant and I need you to help me tell mom. So
I see.
yeah, so
Backup.
I know, backup. Yeah, so we ate and then went back home, and we got home. She went to the bedroom with my mom, told my mom came, and she was like, so who is the dad? I was like, it's Chris. Like, oh, the one you've been going to visit. It's like, yeah. So anyway, they had a call. Yeah, and then I guess the whole thing for planning and getting married and all that happened, and families getting to know each other. But I guess for me it was a bit quick because yeah, it was a bit quick because one, my education was hanging because I didn't know what was happening. But I mean, he's a sweet guy, so he paid for my school fees, you know. Yeah, but like I feel like it was such a shock to me because at the beginning of that year I'd quit my job. I was writing articles for UN Women, I was writing for Nation, and I was like, this year, new year, new me, I'm gonna quit my job and I'm gonna focus on now building a PR firm, which then was called 54 State Stories and it's now Bugo Collective. So I feel like it took more time to build it because of course motherhood, but I don't think it's a loss. Yeah, and I moved out of my mom's house.
Finally.
I
How was that
know,
like?
a good. It was actually very good. Yeah, and I feel like also like tradition and all that, like
Did he
women
come for you?
coming. Yeah, he did.
He did.
Yeah.
So, do you think that? How did you feel about getting married?
Mm-hmm.
Did you feel that it happened because of the baby, or did you feel like it was inevitable? What was your feeling given how close the two incidences happened or events happened?
I feel like he was actually supposed to marry me with or without the baby, because I feel like we had dated
Right
for a
on.
long time and it's something we were talking about. But I feel like the pregnancy made it like,
Accelerate.
yeah, quicker. Because for me, I had plans of like, let me finish uni and then like now. And also he was supposed to also finish uni or like studying, and then we move in together. But I feel like also it happened. Yeah. What else?
Wow, that's nice. So the man manned up.
Yeah.
And there was no one who told him, asked him around the fact, asked him questions around, is she trying to trap you? You know, there's the way those kind of stories we normally hear out there. Is that something that you faced?
No. And I feel like if it was there, it never really came to me.
And he never, that's a
Yeah.
good man. Okay,
So,
okay.
yeah.
We already like this man.
We really like him. We really like him. Yeah. So I guess like now the tradition and the women meeting, and then we ended up like now moving into our home. Of course, we were trying to like prep for baby, buying stuff. But I'd say it being like my first pregnancy, like I was not prepared, because I feel like I went into the delivery room thinking it's gonna be like a vaginal birth. So I didn't do any studies for a C-section, nothing at all. So I remember the day I was supposed to, like, the day I went to hospital, actually, like, let's say a day before, like I was getting, like, let's say actually 2 weeks before I went to Karen Hospital, that's where I gave birth. Went to see the doctors, I was like, I feel like the baby's not moving, but then also it should also be known that that's not where I was doing my clinic. So when I moved because I'm doing my clinic at Meridian, the one opposite Nairobi Hospital. So when I moved, I really didn't move with my
Documents.
doctor, which I wish I knew this at the beginning. So I didn't move with my doctor. So I went there and it was like a new doctor and everything. So they really didn't have my details as, let's say, the other clinic had. So, and I was trying to explain to them, they're like, no, madam, you're fine. The baby's good. They did like some ultrasound, told me to go back home. And then I went back 2 weeks later. They told me the baby is still not there. So on the day...
As in the baby's still not there, as in the baby?
No, sorry, the baby is still, like, it's still not ready, like, to come out.
Was she engaged?
No, I felt like the baby was breech. Because, like, you could see... But also, I was a first-time mom. Like, what
did you know?
What did I know? Yeah, but I feel like also there was that conviction of like when you are a mom. So on that day that I went to hospital, I induced myself. Please don't do that. So of course,
how did you
Google,
do that exactly?
warm water, castor oil, and a lot of pili pili. And I did have like bread on the side just because I was craving bread.
And how did you find out this is a concoction?
I Googled it. Yeah.
Wow.
And it helped actually, because I feel like an hour later I started getting like contractions and like,
And why did you feel the need to induce yourself?
because I felt like the doctors were not really listening to me, and I felt like it was such like a gray area, because I'm trying to communicate that I feel like the baby's not moving, but
How far along were you?
because I gave birth September 14 and she was due September 18.
And it was, you induced when?
That 13th,
September
September
13th.
13th, yeah, like during lunch.
And how was your pregnancy before that gave you these concerns that you felt you had to articulate?
I think it's just like not feeling the baby move, as the baby was like, I feel like month 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, the baby's moving. And then at some point at 9, I was just like, it's like she was trapped, which indeed actually when I was giving birth, because I did have to go for an emergency CS, she was actually breech. So I wish they listened to me, but also I do understand maybe they didn't have like enough documents, like maybe that had more details of my pregnancy. But around 1 a.m. after drinking I was waiting for my, what is it called? The mucus plug to to come out. So I was drinking, of course, my warm water with castor oil and pili pili. I was with my two sisters. And then around 1 a.m., I went to the toilet. And this time I was at my parents because my husband had traveled. So, and I'm in the toilet and I'm like, oh, Lulu's my big sister. Oh, the mucus plug is here. And she's like, let's go. Yeah. So we took a cab and we went to Karen Hospital. The cab driver was very lovely, although he had a lot of things to say. So, and I was like, I can't believe I'm gonna die. Like, you see how, like, you see it in the movies and it's like, everybody keep quiet. But we got to hospital. Got booked. I thought I'd give birth immediately, but I labored for a good 30 hours.
30 hours.
Yeah.
Were you with your sisters?
Yes.
How was that like? And this time you're still feeling like your baby's in breach?
Yeah, because I was already admitted and they're like, okay, we're going to have the baby like in a few hours. But I was really insisting on a vaginal birth.
Okay, why?
Because I feel like there's this notion of like, oh, like I feel like also all moms, when let's say you're asking another mom, they'll be like, oh, don't do CS. Or like when you go to like hospital, they're going to tell you to do a C-section, but they just want money from you. So I went into Karen Hospital thinking like it's just going to be vaginal, and not a CS. But shock on me because I wish I could have listened to the doctors also. When the doctor was trying to communicate with me and I'm like, okay, I feel like maybe the baby is a bit big, but I was like, no, let's just keep pushing and all that. But then it got to a point where actually the baby got into distress and her heart rate was going down. So
30 hours.
Yes. Yeah.
First of all, how did you have this? By 18 hours, like, man, I am not doing no more. How far had you dilated by 30 hours?
2 centimeters.
After 30 hours? 2 centimeters? And you wanted to keep going?
Yeah, because I didn't know. I knew nothing. Now I know.
Hey. So if you were to extrapolate that would have taken you...
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yeah, so 30 hours, I was in so much pain, like so much pain. I feel like even I was in so much pain. My sister was there and my husband came from nowhere. I just saw him in the room. And the doctors were trying to make me also sign the CS document. And I kept on saying no. Even after them telling me the heart rate has gone down. And I feel like it's that perception of going into the hospital, like, oh, they just want money and all that. But my partner forced me to sign. So I did sign, but I was also very dramatic and like, oh, if I die when I'm going to the surgery, name the baby my name and all that. I was very hallucinating from all the pain. But I went to theater, very lovely. And also the doctor that was there, like, I think they saw how young I was and they prayed for me and they were so nice and so warm. And it was such a, like, when they placed the baby on me, it was like, first of all, why are you gray? Because she had like, I don't know how I can explain it.
The fluid, their bone weight.
Yeah, and her head kind of looked, like, but very pretty.
Taria, that's that thing where you're like you're high off the pain and you look at your kid and like she's so beautiful and then afterwards you're like, what?
It's like, what? Yeah, but she was such a nice round chubby baby with so much hair, and I feel like them just placing her on my chest like with the whole gray thing, and I kept on asking like, oh my god, did this come out of my stomach? Because like she was 4.5 kilograms.
Whoa.
So of course
It's a big baby.
That's the reason why the baby was breech. That's the reason why I kept on feeling like the baby didn't have enough space. And also that's the reason why I had to go for an emergency C-section. So I feel like if I had listened to the doctors prior, I think I wouldn't have to be in pain for 30 minutes, which was so painful because I didn't have my mom with me. but she was speaking to me. She used to say, usilie, ukilia. Sorry, my mom is Swahili. She'd say, ukilia mtoto atakufa.
Hey,
So,
that's
and I
very
think,
dark.
and now talking to her later, and she was like, it's a way of making you feel like you don't show your pain because you'll focus so much on the crying and forget that you need to push the baby out of you. And
It's
I
an
was like,
interesting
well,
way to get you to focus in that
that was
direction.
scary, but
So let me just
yeah.
take you back to something you said.
Yeah.
Your husband forced you to sign the papers.
Yeah.
How did you feel about that?
Mm,
Because you had this plan of how the baby should come, and then now you're being forced to make a different decision.
I don't even think I felt anything. Yeah. It was just, this is the best thing for you. And I feel like I trust him enough. And I was just like, okay, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah. And I was already in pain. And I was in so much pain that I was not feeling any more pain. I don't know how I can explain that.
Your body's just like, that's it.
Yeah, it's just like, okay, nisaidie, mimi, mnyonge. Yeah. So.
Okay, so that is baby number one.
That's baby number
How
one.
old is baby number one now?
She's 7.
7.
7.
So, guys, we're going to, in our second season, we're going to enter the phase of age 0 to 3 months. That's why we are not entering that trench yet. So, this season, we are focusing on pregnancy. That's why we are moving on to the next baby.
The next baby.
Because this season is about exploring the journey of pregnancy, the journey of discovering baby and how baby came into this world.
Yeah.
Okay. Please carry on.
Second baby. I don't know if I should even go to the second baby, but I remember. So after Dua, I had a miscarriage, which I didn't know was a miscarriage, because I was going to the hospital to get my coil. And I was told, okay, you need to get a coil like once you've gotten like your first period. So I went to the doctor thinking my bleeding was period bleeding, but it was a baby. And it was so sad because I didn't know. Yeah, and I lost the baby. So even before us getting baby number 2, I feel like we had to go through such a like long therapy of like both of us communicating and speaking, like let's say how us losing the baby and how it affected us like as a couple, and also like how, what if this happens with our next baby, how are we going to be able to deal with it? Because I feel like also in that moment where I lost baby like and the miscarriage, my husband was also not around. So when I found out, I was alone. So even the healing of like, oops, okay, so now we've lost a baby, and then you're in the, because that was because I gave birth September 2018 and the miscarriage was January of 2018, and then I was also going back to work 2019, and then I was also going back to work, and then there was still postpartum and trying to like increase breast milk and all that. Yeah, so it took us a long time to actually come.
4 months after baby, 3 months after
3
baby.
months after baby.
Wow.
Be very wary, those who are partaking of. Be very, very, very. Yeah,
it is very possible to make another
it's
baby.
very possible. Yeah, so yeah, we had so since 2019, I think we had like the talk and also raising Dua, and then we got pregnant in 2023.
How was your healing journey? Because now you're raising a baby and
Yeah.
you're grieving another one. How was that?
To be very honest, I don't even think I was able to grieve during that period. I started grieving when we started having the conversation of getting another baby. I feel like that's when, because we were like, oh, but actually we never really talked about this. Like we never really talked about like, oh, so how did it affect my partner and how did it affect me? And also like, if we decide to get another baby, how is that going to affect us, and all that. Yeah. So the grieving came like, let's say 2-3 years later.
Wow.
Actually 3 years later. And I was at Garden City. And it was a friend who asked me. Yeah. And I was like, oh, but do you know I actually went through a miscarriage? It's like, what? You never told me. And I was like, yeah. So I guess like that's when I started like, is it healing? Yeah, healing or whatever. Yeah. But I think, yeah, because I feel like also after my focus was really in making sure my daughter grows up and has like enough breast milk, she's well taken care of. And so I feel like it's trauma. Nikairusha huko nyuma. So yeah, but we ended up dealing with it like 3 years later, and then decided to have Jomo in 2023. Yeah.
Okay, before we move on to Jomo Jomo,
Yeah.
how would you advise mothers who are dealing with miscarriage? Because you're saying you put yours at the back of your mind and just left it there. Is that something you'd advise? How would you, now knowing what you know, how would you advise them?
I feel like, that's a very difficult, like, I feel like maybe talk to your partner, and also therapy. I feel like, because it really helped us, and I'd say take your time, like before you get the other baby. And I feel like for me, like if it wasn't like, let's say for me and my partner talking, I would not have realized like the thing that has been making me dodge, like, like questions about like, when are you gonna get baby number 2? It was actually that. But before we were able to sit down and talk about it, I couldn't really tell. I was just like, I'm not ready. Like, I'm making money. Like, I'm growing my business. But it never really came like, oh, actually, I was like, something actually, like you actually lose something as a parent. Yeah. So I feel like it's something that you need to communicate, like just communicate and have a good support system. Yeah.
Fantastic. Jomo Jomo.
Jomo Jomo. Jomo Jomo is October 1st baby, October. Jomo was a planned pregnancy, which was very quick, because I feel like I removed, so after the miscarriage and after healing, I ended up getting the coil again. So I removed it, and then a month later, I got pregnant. So it was like a planned, very quick, come here to stay baby. But it was, I started by fainting with the pregnancy, and my iron was low. And
Where did you faint?
I fainted in a supermarket, and the lady who, like, let's say when I woke up, she was like, I was down for like around 6 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So I didn't know what was happening. And
you
then
didn't hurt yourself?
No, I didn't hurt myself, actually. I just wanted a soda. I just wanted a soda, but I fell down. Yeah, but like they were very lovely and they took care of me. So even when I woke up, like my purse was there, my phone was there, and I was like, so for how long have I been here?
We need to praise this supermarket. Can you?
It's a local one. What is it called? Oh, I can't say it because of where I live. But thanks, babes, for helping me. Yeah, so the next day is when
Anajijua?
like Anajijua. I hope you watch this. So yeah, the next day is, so I went to hospital with my partner, and so they're like, now you have like a high risk pregnancy and we have to keep monitoring you. So I'd also like to maybe talk about how with my previous pregnancy, and also like my mom has diabetes, and it actually runs in the family, so she's not just the first person. Also like things like pressure and all that. And I'd also like to go back to Dua. Before I had Dua, I was like 52 kgs, but by the time I was having her, I was like 120 kgs.
Oh.
So postpartum was like 110 up, or like for the longest time. So it makes me double in, how can I say, like my cholesterol was high and all that. So even in this process of trying to get Jomo, like after we went for therapy and now we were trying to like plan for baby, I had to actually choose my health, so that, because the doctor's like, okay, in order for you to have this, so that we also don't experience what we experienced the last time, in terms of like actually you becoming a whole full-blown hippo. We have to you have like watch what you're eating, you have to exercise and all that, because I'd gained so much weight, to be very honest. And then also like it kept on piling up. COVID, I feel breastfeeding hunger is chakula kama mtu wa mjengo. I was and I breastfed my first baby for 2 years. So yeah, and we just decided to have baby, and the high risk part. So now I was taken to a different clinic.
What does high risk mean?
high risk is you're at a high risk of losing your baby. I feel like that's how I would explain it. Like for me, I was put on steroids. If it was like injectables, like the ones for inserting, like I name them, all of them, and I had a very fantastic doctor who was also Ivy's doctor, Dr. Joey. Thank you so much. I feel like it was such a scary moment because I feel like there was bleeding. I'd bleed and then get admitted. Bleed, then get admitted. Like it was such a very tiresome pregnancy. I don't think as much as I was getting like a lot of help, I feel like I was actually very much not okay mentally because my goal was just like, oh my God, we need to get to 9 months. What can I do? What can I eat? What can I eat? What should I also not eat? Because I was also trying to avoid, and we were we were working with Dr. Joy to see how, like, let's say I don't increase my weight the way I increased the last time. What am I eating? Being given the steroids to actually help in the closing of the cervix. I had that problem and it actually extended until like the 7th month. So It was like back to back thing. Yeah, but we made it. And yeah, but it was such a very, I don't know how I can explain it. Like my brain was everywhere, my thoughts and everything. And I think you're even the right person. I was so scared. And this also builds up from miscarriage and then having a high risk pregnancy. I was so scared of buying clothes for the baby that Ivy bought the first shoe. I couldn't. And this was like month what?
Yeah, this was quite late on.
This was quite late.
Yeah,
Which also, when I was going to give birth, I had no clothes for baby and I had not packed anything. It's like I really didn't think in my head that I'd actually hold my baby, which I'm very thankful to God that I'm actually able to hold him now. Yeah, so...
And how was your birth this time around?
Birth. My water broke. For do I didn't. It was just a mucus plug. And I didn't know what it was. But I was with Auntie Susan and it was her off day. It was on a Sunday. She used to leave at 7. So I'm on my bed and I feel like peeing. So of course, with my big stomach, I get off. But as I'm running to the toilet, this is TMI, I pee on myself, and I was like, what is this? And it's so warm, okay? So because my nanny had given birth to 3 babies and all of them were normal, and of course I couldn't, there was no one else in the house. So I was like, well, Susan, I don't know what this is. And she was like, Mama Dua, huyo ni mtoto. She wiped her makeup. She was like, Jomo is coming today. Called my mother-in-law, told her, I'm about to have Jomo. She's like, I'm on my way. I'm coming. Called my mom. She was like, oh my God. But I was calling her to tell her, well, I didn't buy any clothes. I have no breast pump, but this is my list and I've sent you the money. So please buy for me and then bring for me in the hospital. Wow. I'll see you. And she was like, what do you mean you've not packed? I was like, that's why you're here, mommy. So I feel like I got like such great support, and so we drove with my mother-in-law to the hospital.
Where was hubby at this time? Troubled?
He was at work. Yeah, he was at work. I know. Yeah, but he was video calling me and tensed. It was the 1st of October. It was I'm Catholic, so it was the day of Saint Michael, the Archangel. So I guess even for us going into, like me even going to the room, and like he kept on encouraging me, like, don't worry, said Michael was so strong and Jomo is gonna be so strong, like you don't have to worry about it. Yeah, so Dr. Joy showed up. Everything was being prepared because now this was actually a selective CS.
What is a selective CS?
So you as the parent decide that you want to have a baby via C-section without necessarily waiting until maybe you labor for 30 hours or maybe like the doctors to tell you, although this decision was made between me and Ajoy with just the essence of one, complications or like, let's say what happened before, and also what I was going through my pregnancy, because it's like there's going to maybe come a time, maybe they would go high or low. And I was just like, I also don't want to be in a position where I would strain the baby to the, like, I was scared because the first time was a bit naive. So yeah, but I really trust the doctor, and we went to theater. It was around 12:01 there. Was it 12? Yeah, around 12:01 there. And then I was out around 5:30, which took so long as compared to my first baby, but I knew it was my last baby. And I told the doctors that I don't want anybody to see that I've ever had a baby, so the stitch had to be done very well. So thanks, babes, for doing that. Yeah, I feel like so also feel like with this pregnancy I was able to communicate exactly what I want, because I did a lot of research, and everything is found on the internet. And I feel like also when you communicate to your doctors, they'll be able to actually morph or like mold whatever you want and give it to you. Yeah, but also it was a very but also it was a very long process. And I feel like when I was laying down, and the way the doctors and everyone is talking, and they're like, oh, madam, if you feel any metallic thing in your mouth, like, please let us know. But who am I?
During this
I was awake, yeah, because it was just is it half or, yeah, but I was awake. I chose to be awake. I feel like those stories of like your baby being stolen and all that, I was like, I want to be awake. Yeah, so they told me, like, if I feel any metallic thing, my mouth, I let them know. And I did feel it, but I didn't let them know. Which in my head, I thought, God can't let me die. Like, we've gone through a lot. And then the monitors just started going, and the lady's like, is there, like, how are you feeling? And I was like, I feel like someone is stepping on my chest. And everyone was just like going crazy, and like I was being injected. Like I think I was reacting to something. So it also took time.
This was during this year.
This was during this years, yeah. When Shosha was waiting for me downstairs.
And the baby?
The baby was inside of me.
So this is when they were just beginning the procedure. So you reacted to
No, I was already, the baby was not removed, but I was still reacting. But I was like,
to what? Anesthesia?
Yeah, I think yeah.
And the baby was still in the stomach. Yep. Gosh. And you're awake, and you're feeling
awake, and I feel like someone is. I did feel the metallic thing, but I was like, nah, I don't know. I don't know what that is called. Like, you do know you can die, but you are holding on to, God can't do that to me, you know?
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was actually very, very scary. And I took so much time inside of there, them trying to also like stabilize everything.
Well, yes, Miss Taria, you were almost dying.
Namjue munishone vizuri. That was my
So doctor's like, we need to save your life, and the baby like, but remember the stitching has to be perfect this time.
Stitching, please. Yeah. So yeah, but they did a fantastic job. Yeah.
So you almost died on the table. Look at you being so calm about it. That is crazy.
I know.
And why are you telling me this now? What the flip?
I remember even when I was seeing Shoshu, I don't think I've ever I cried. I was like, oh, it felt so good to see you. Do you remember when you came to see me in hospital? And I was like, I don't. And they refused Dua to come upstairs.
I remember.
Because of the whole protocol and all that.
Yes.
And I was like, Ivy, you're going to walk with me. Yes. And I'm going to go downstairs and say hi to Dua and go up. Yeah, I was like, I felt like I would have died and I wouldn't have seen her. So.
And she wouldn't have known what happened.
She wouldn't have known what happened.
And baby Jomo.
Yeah.
And baby Jomo came out so healthy.
I know, so healthy. So yeah, it was so beautiful. And I remember video calling my husband. And then I think also when I was taken to my bed, that's the time my mom also was done shopping. She walked into my room. My mother-in-law was there holding Jomo, trying to feed Jomo. My sister came. It was such a beautiful moment of just seeing the baby, because I feel like I wasn't really sure about Jomo, and I feel like I was just even doing everything last minute. It was I feel like even his room was the only thing that was made, and even the stickers on I did them later. I was oh, okay, now we are moving, now we are, yeah.
So he was the baby you hoped for, but were not sure you were gonna have.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. I would like to now talk about your entrepreneurial side. You have two businesses, Mjine and Bogo. Tell us a
Yes.
little bit about that and how they were formed in the time around your motherhood journey.
So there's Mjina Home, which the scented candle brand started off when I was a mom. When I found out I was a mom,
Two?
to Dua. That is 2018. Started from my kitchen, and I was so obsessed with scents when I was pregnant. The lavender one, to be specific. But I went and bought a candle at a certain store, and I didn't like it, so I removed everything and then started remaking it. And I remember now going back to also the whole scholarship thing, and it was like, what do you want to do? And that came from my partner. Like, what do you want to do? How can I be able to like empower you right now that, let's say, you're about to be a mom, like what are you gonna do? Like you have to spend like, let's say, about 3 to 6 months at home just taking care of baby. And I was like, then open for me a business. And it's like, what business? We toyed around with maybe opening like a mobile pork I know, Chris. Food. Mobile pork food truck. It was a food truck, but like specifically for just like pork meat. Yeah, and that didn't work out, but I was so obsessed with candles and I really like scents. And I was like, what about this? And even he had like a friend in high school who the mom was making candles. And I was like, let's try this. So yeah, he invested and I called the business Mjine, which is also like a short form of my son's middle name or like our family name. And I started this business when I was pregnant. And the second business, I also started it when I was actually pregnant. And even like the building of it was during pregnancy. Yeah, and it's actually Dua's nickname from her my name. So I feel like everything to be has to be emotional and has a meaning. So it's very beautiful to even see as the businesses keep growing, they're also growing and yeah. So it's
Just
more or
like your
less
children,
just like my
alongside your
children. I
children.
know. Yeah. So that's
That's
sweet.
very beautiful. So, what would you say to women who are going through this? They are planning to have a baby, or they're not planning to have a baby. They found themselves pregnant, or maybe it's a high risk pregnancy, or it's a pregnancy where they're set on going the natural route. Based on all your experiences, how would you advise moms out there who are going through similar journeys to you, even who have gone through a miscarriage? Yeah, how would you advise them?
I feel like for all moms in general, just have money. I feel like it's the one thing that we keep saying, like children are blessings. Like there are blessings, but I feel like sometimes we overshadow that with blessings. And some of us, even as parents, maybe we are not really doing what we're supposed to be doing, like maybe taking care of them, giving them a good life. You're also okay mentally where you're actually in a position to take care of your children better, because I feel like kids, I keep saying this, like kids are not teddy bears and they require so much from you as a parent, like mostly as a mom. And yeah, you money. Two is get a group of friends. It doesn't even necessarily have to be family, and just like ask for help, talk to your friends how you're feeling. And for me, I'd also like to touch on know the person you're having a baby with. I feel like with Dua, and I feel like also like having the baby like very young is there's a point postpartum depression was very and I went to see a doctor. We did the test and they gave me pills. And I remember like calling my husband and I was like, oh, they've given me pills and I'm gonna take them and I'm gonna be well. And he was like, stop right there. And he was like, I'm gonna be your therapist. Me, like leave alone the whole pills and all that. Like talk to me, like how are you feeling and all that. And I feel like within like a few months I was able to like actually remove myself from like the depression and also like understand myself and where I am at right now. So I feel like it's very important for moms to know who your baby dad is gonna be like, because they can actually either build your life or completely destroy it. And I feel like at that point we are very vulnerable when we are pregnant and even after baby, and we really need a supportive partner. For miscarriage, just talk to someone, and also that talk to someone, it does not have to be immediate, because I feel like also for me, with putting the whole miscarriage behind me, I was also not ready to face it at that moment, because I feel like I was also going through so much joy of having a new baby, and then I didn't just want to mix it up with like, okay, so am I gonna be happy that now she's crawling or like now she's walking, and then be like, oh, I lost a baby. So I feel like also talk when you're ready to, because I feel like once I talked about it, like it really didn't take me time to be like, okay, we're actually gonna be good, and like I've forgiven myself, like even if I didn't know, because I feel like also at some point I was blaming myself that like, oh, why did I not know that I had a baby, and how did I even miscarry, like I didn't do anything wrong and all that. So I feel like actually just communicating when you're able to, or like when you feel like you want to communicate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Any last words?
Any last words? As a mom, just don't just be a mom. Yeah, don't just be a mom. I feel like chase your dreams, chase the money, be happy, be a girl, like have friends, don't just lock yourself in the house, dress up, you don't have to be in deras every day.
Okay,
like,
that feels like a personal attack. I am breastfeeding.
but she
Breastfeeding.
looks nice.
Yes, but that's because you
Yeah,
guys
but you
didn't
see,
see
we
me
also
go
don't have to
change into
breastfeed
the
with
dress,
Dera.
the dira upstairs and pump. No, you saw you're just seeing the really nice,
Yeah.
the really nice stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Okay.
I feel like just don't just be a mom. There are other greater things, and I feel like also, even with talking to other moms, I feel like you also snap more when you don't have other things to do, and your focus will just be, you'll be micromanaging your kids and everybody at home, and I feel like there's just so much more for moms
Yeah,
to do and to be.
yeah, absolutely. And just to add to that, I do agree. Before you became a mom, before you
Yeah.
became a wife, you were somebody with dreams and aspirations and things you wanted to do for you. One of the things I've really enjoyed about motherhood is, and it comes with, I guess we'll explore this topic in season 2, but it comes with when the baby is here and the insane amount of focus and determination and resilience that you end up having. You literally feel that you will move heaven and earth to do anything for your baby to have a life better than you. I think Asha had mentioned it in our last chat. And it's something that is so important for you to jump on.
Yeah.
And really understand that being a mother is a part of your identity,
not the whole thing.
whole thing. And in the process of raising your baby, because they come and they're disruptive and they take over your life, don't lose yourself. Keep a hold of who you are. And I guess we'll explore this in greater detail in season 2, but keep a hold of who you are, because already so much of your life has been focused on bringing this child, and you've gone through so much to bring this child here. Don't do a disservice to yourself by not pursuing what's in your heart, your secret desires. And something my mom used to say, by the end of the day, these babies are gonna leave, and
They'll
what are you
grow.
gonna be left with, right? So yes, I totally agree. Push yourself to achieve your dreams, because now God not only hands you the crazy responsibility of raising a little human, but it comes with focus, resilience, compassion, and a fearlessness that you will not experience again.
Yeah,
right?
you won't. I feel like maybe that's also why for me, I keep on opening businesses every single time I have a
okay,
baby.
you're a little bit crazy, huh?
Because I feel like there's that thing of like, it's like you just want
drive
to do more. And I feel like if maybe corporate babes will like, oh, I want a promotion. But I feel like if you're like an entrepreneur, it's either the biggest collection you've ever made, or like something that, like that drive you're talking about, it might have been just, it's like you in the podcast. It might have been like you had an idea,
Yes.
but the moment you become a mom, it's like it tells you, you had put something aside,
Now you
go
gotta do
get it.
Yeah, you gotta
And then
do
it
it.
just keeps telling you, like, you can do it.
It's nagging.
And
Yeah. I mean, like this podcast, we have been sitting on it. Olive turned 6 months last week.
Yeah.
And now is when I felt the urge to do something about
Yeah.
it. First, of course, I needed to heal
Yeah.
because I think we need to give ourselves the grace to heal.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons why we'll be having a few experts come on board to sort of prepare you for what it's going to be like for the first 3 to 6 months, where 0 to 6 months, when essentially you are at a go slow,
Yeah.
right? And you're recovering. And this is not just physically, mentally, spiritually, with your relationship, all aspects of your life get so disrupted.
Yeah.
But once you heal, go for what you wanted. Be fearless about it.
Go ham.
Go hard. Yeah, go hard. Yeah. Fantastic. This has been a very enjoyable
Thank you, hon.
little chat. Thank you for coming. Thank
You're
you
welcome.
for managing me and giving me the extra push. Thank you for being the friend I never knew I needed.
Thank you. You're gonna make me cry. Like the cameras now.
And I am really looking forward to many, many more years.
Yeah.
Even as you celebrate your 30, even if you've celebrated, or even if you're celebrating your 30. We are so excited to see you grow and flourish and rule the world.
Yeah. Thank you, babes.
Thank
you.
So thank you very much, guys, for joining us for another wonderful episode of Mama Zone. Yes. It keeps getting better every time. And we look forward to, the crew. Like,
No.
oh,
It's Gen Z.
Oh, my
Yeah.
bad. But you're a millennial, right?
Yeah, but I'm.
What is millennial?
It's like you're a Gen Z.
I know, but
plus
what's a
millennial
millennial sign?
95.
What's the sign?
Oh, there's no sign. This is a Gen Z sign.
Okay,
like
fine.
clock it. No, it's.
Oh, my bad.
Yes.
I am clearly not a Gen Z. Is that it?
So that's
Okay,
very
crew.
true.
Clearly, this is what we must be doing now. Well, thank you very much, for you guys, and see you next time. Thank you very much for joining us for yet another episode of Mama Zone. Please share, subscribe, cheer, cry, do everything in between, and we'll see you next time.